Sins. I'm so sorry that the Deri Ellatte strats are taking so long. I had to reach out to a guildmate I know in person to showcase this video since my Ellatte ult level is not 6-6. But I'm trying really hard just to show you guys at least the basics of how to run the strat. I am beyond words at the support I've gotten, and this channel is just growing so fast, and it's all thanks to all of you. So please like and subscribe to my channel because, like some fellow Sins have been saying, when I do get to that 1K subscribers, I guess I'm going to be matching my logo with pink hair. So I will be taking a little bit of a break, and I'll be uploading different variations after the Lunar New Year. So I'm hoping to release a few more videos on Saturday or Sunday this week. And this strategy here requires high ult levels and unique equipment. Okay, so just a little bit of a strat overview for you. This strat is to net high scoring points with damage dealer DeriQueen. Ult and equipment are super crucial. Do not attempt this if your ult levels are not there. And then, of course, Deri has to be 6-6. Eastin can be 4 out of 6 for just maximizing that CC. And then Gowther can be 2 out of 6, but you're lucky if you do have 6-6, always optimal. And guess what? The most important ult level, Ellatte. She needs to be at least 4 out of 6 to attempt this, but 6-6 is optimal. Her ult is crucial to increase defense-related stats that will help Deri patience and not lose her orbs. Plus, you have to survive being shanked by Akumu's right arm. And Sandy's kill turn is to kill on turn 8 on difficulty hard. But in the case of this video, I actually had to end it on turn 10. But the order of the card kill requirements is what is key for you guys to focus on. So kill on turn 8. With at least 15 stacks if you get lucky. I think I ended this video with 13 stacks. Gold Eastin buff for that 30% increase to attack related stats. Have DeriQueen's gold rank 3 buff for that extra 50% to attack related stats, and you get that extra evasion stack on top as well. A gold Ellatte Anger card, which is going to decrease Akumu's crit resistance, crit defense by 50%, and then we're going to wombo combo Akumu into another realm. This strat can net you 4.2k plus, so 4,200 or more points if you do have the box CC, if you have the UR equipment, and you're able to just pull it off. So I will go over in detail all of the equipment now. Alright, and we're also eating resistance food on hard difficulty. On normal, where we ran it with Zeldris, Keo, Monspe, and Tweegod, we were eating HP food, and then on extreme, we're going to be eating defense food. But this is difficulty hard, so we're eating resistance food. So stock up on those, go to the villages, I think it's in Damali, and just buy out the shop every day because it does take a couple of resets and it will go through your food count quickly. And as you can see here, the team CC is decent. Again, maxing out your box CC will help with the hit points boost, which adds to the points calculations at the end, okay? And now I'm going to go over each one of them in detail in the order that they are placed on the battlefield. First, we have Gowther, Green Gowther. You know, if you don't have them already and the banner, the Jericho banner, isn't shafting you, I would try to pull for him. He is a useful PvE unit. So why are we using him? We need his passive, which can stack up to a max of 5 times. That increases allies' attack-related stats by 7% at the start of every turn if the allies in battle are all from different races. And we do have that, so perfect. He is on the HP defense with defense rolls equipment. If you have resistance rolls on him, it will help lower the damage he takes, but definitely not a requirement. And another option would be having his association sub being Tarmiel, if you have him, for his grace to heal Gowther throughout the fight. Okay? And here is DeriQueen. She is on attack crit on this, okay? You have to make sure that her defense is at least 9100 plus in order for her to patience Akumu's ult drain and survive that shank. You want to max out all her cosmetics. She is just a boss killer right now in PvE. You can take her to Merlin, you can take her almost anywhere. So farm those hell demons and work at maxing those out for her outfits, her weapons cosmetics, and her headpieces, okay? And she is 6'6", so work at that. She is on the Part 2 banner, and you can try to pull for her whenever she is just, you know, increased. And that's how I got her 6'6". She is worth the investment, okay? Now we're going to go on to the gear. If I can just get it to open. All right, so for her gear, this setup, since it isn't mine, it is 9 attack rolls and 1 crit. So note that I personally, for my gear set, I do 5 attack and 5 crit, whereas this guildmate has it with 9 attack and 1 crit. Defense is important again, so get near perfect rolls on those. For hard, resistance rolls will patience Akumu, but you may not survive him shanking you or when he goes into his detonate invincible mode when you kill off his 2 arms. So that's why we went with defense instead. Okay? And we'll move on to our favorite, Ellatte. I love you guys, Ellatte. So here is the MVP that you need to have at least 4 out of 6 ult, but 6/6 is recommended. Her passive, again, is she's going to increase allies' crit damage by 5% per hero skill use, and it can stack up to 10 times. And that's ultimately what we want. Upgrade her cosmetic outfits to increase defense and resistance because you do need her to patience to build her ult by the 3rd turn. You're going to be aiming for at least 9500 plus for defense so that she can patience those drains from Akumu. And here it looks like that the guildmate can still max out her outfit, and that will definitely get them over the requirement of the 9500 defense. And also it increases the CC as well. Here's the deal. It is a hard decision to super awaken her 4 stars since we utilize her in other guild bosses where she does too much damage. But there is a formula that we can accomplish that when, you know, it comes back around that we need to use her. And I'll be doing those videos to show you if you do decide to super awaken her 4 times. But you definitely need that super awaken for her for this strat for the increase to her stats such as like the HP and defenses and so forth. So I know, tough decision, but it has to be done, right? For her gear, we're putting triple Ds on Ellatte. Keynotes on this is resistance, okay? You need to get at least 99% resistance before food, okay? It took a little bit of experimenting, but that is the sweet spot. The sub that you used for her, you want to aim to add an additional 1000 plus points in defense. So you want to aim total after food for her to have at least 11,500 plus in defense so that she can patience the drains and pop up her ult to start building DeriQueen's ult. Okay? So, and we'll move on to Eastin. Eastin, East Side. So Eastin is here for her gold rank 3 buff that increases attack related stats by 30%. You want to upgrade the cosmetics in her closet as much as possible. So we did the weapons one, but still this guildmate is still working at leveling the other cosmetics. And gear. Honestly, I don't have a slide for the gear. Just throw on someone else's HP defense gear on her. Or if you have a UR set for her, then you're set. That really, really works out. So just going back so you guys can look at that team CC there with all their associations in place already. And phew, that was a lot to digest, I know. Again, y'all, I will be uploading other variations because this strat in itself takes a lot of work to pull off in terms of ult level dependency and equipment requirements. But hats off to those who attempted and can achieve a high score. And we're going to go off to the run now. All right. So turn 1, I remember to lower the volume this time, and my mic is going to come tomorrow. But we're going to be just throwing away cards. So Ellatte debuff, Ellatte attack, and just aim for that left hand. Eastin AoE, and then pop off those pumpkin bombs just to control that ult. And you also do get points for the debuff. So 5 points per debuff that you put on Akumu and his little gang there. Okay, perfect. And we want to ult with Ellatte by turn 3. So turn 2, we're going to build her ult. So for turn 2, you saw that Ellatte was able to patience. So now we need to build her ult because we need to use Elatte's ult on turn 3. So we're going to move Ellatte 2 times, then use, combine Eastin for the card draw open slots. So you're going to need to reset if you don't draw any Ellatte cards on turn 2, because again, we do need to use her ult on turn 3. Okay, patience, patience, perfect. There we go. So turn 3, we're going to Ellatte ult always on turn 3. I had an invasion arrow, so I will upgrade my Deri buff, because as you can see, he's about to shank me on the next run. And you need to Deri buff rank 1 or rank 2 to survive that right arm, even with Elatte's ult. And I moved a card since I have to build DeriQueen's ult and ult the left arm on turn 5. Nerve-wracking. I've died so many times experimenting. And that's why I went with defense. Alright. So patience, patience. That's why we needed to ult with Ellatte on turn 3. And we're going to move on to turn 4. So turn 4, you're going to be now focusing on building DeriQueen's ult. So we're going to move her card 2 times, and then we're just going to go ahead and use that buff and attack with Ellatte. I save any rank 2 or rank 3 of Deri's strike cards to kill off the right arm after she yeets the left one with her ult. So remember, turn 4, you have to at least Deri buff in order to survive the shank. Patience, patience, so we didn't lose her ult. That's why. In turn 5, this is where I made the mistake. I should have buffed first because we're going to need to be able to survive him when he goes into his detonate mode. But on this turn, what I did was I just striked with Deri, and then, or you could buff. I should have buffed, but I went ahead and I striked to get that extra stack to ensure that your ult kills the left arm. Use the Ellatte card because we need to build her ult again by turn 7. By turn 7. And then it only lasts 4 turns, her ult, so that's why she's going to need to ult at least twice, since we want to aim to end him by turn 8. Okay. So turn 6, we're going to need to build Elatte's ult to use again on the next turn, on turn 7. You have to kill the right arm on turn 6 with a Deri strike card. So here I just moved Ellatte once, and then I used her attack card and her rank 1 debuff. Then I kind of just pimp slapped him with Deri. Here is where I made the mistake. Since we needed to kill by turn 8, you need to have a rank 3 gold buff on Deri because he has an attack increase after you kill off his arms. And I couldn't patience that, so I lost that orb, and I needed to build her ult for the next turn, but I couldn't. Hence, that's why on this run, we're going to finish on turn 10 instead. So here we will ult with Ellatte, invasion arrow, move a Deri card, and then use her rank 2, which is now upgraded to a rank 3 buff, so that we don't lose our orbs again. New mistake on my part. Don't make the same mistake I did. Turn 8 is the optimal kill turn. If I had done this right, I could have achieved a 4K score easily. And you saw how she patience earlier because I had the buff on, so I needed to buff before he goes into his detonate mode. And here, I'm just going to go ahead and move Deri 2 times, invasion, and I'm just going to go ahead and buff again. So I get so scared. And you see how he lost his invincible detonate mode? That's why on turn 8, that's what we want to have killed him by. But so I hope you guys kill him on turn 8. And here is where the card kill turn requirements are there, okay? So we have the gold Eastin buff, the gold Ellate debuff, and that's what we're going to use in that order. And you see here, Ellatte has 8 stacks on her already. She's probably going to have 9 then. Optimally, we want 10. But here's the stats for Deri before we pop off that wombo combo. Gold Eastin buff, gold Ellatte debuff, which is going to lower his crit resistance and crit defense. And I went ahead and moved a card because I was scared that it was going to kill him. And it would have been a useless run. So, and then I'm just going to wombo combo him into the other realm. We had 13 buffs on Deri instead of 15, which you ultimately want. And crit for 10 mil. Let's look at the score now. I got notification. So 3540. Again, I could have achieved the 4K score if I had finished on turn 8, if I had the 15 stacks, and if I had the 10 passive stacks of Ellatte as well. And there you have it, my sins. I know it is not the best score, but I did the best that I could to show you the basics of how the strat should work. Shout out to my guildmate for letting me borrow his phone to do this on multiple occasions. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. I will be releasing more videos after Saturday since it is Lunar New Year's, and I will be with family. I love you all. Please like and subscribe to send me some love this Valentine's Day. Catch you later, my sins. Bye.